welcome to Katrina's Creations. This is episode 328 for any of you who actually might care what episode number it is, but just for my reference, it works better. So it is episode 328. If you haven't already, please click that little red subscribe button and the notification below, because we are only, as of the filming of this, seven or eight people away from reaching our next 100 subscribers, which means as soon as we do, there will be a giveaway for some yarn. So yeah, if you haven't already, do that now. So I have a finished, well, I guess you consider it two finished objects. It's a pair of socks. So you could either say one, it's a pair, or it's two socks. One of the two. So anyway, we have, oh, look at that. They match my outfit. I really didn't plan it that way. I could wear my socks, I would match. But anyway, too much craziness. I need a nap. Anyway, I have these socks finished. How many times have I already said anyway? These are little shorty socks because I don't like socks that go up my feet all the way. So there you can see them. And yeah, they fit perfectly. And here's the interesting thing. If you watched last week, you will know that I ran out of yarn at the toe. And I just happen to have a little mini skein of some other yarn from a totally other company, not even the same company. It matched pretty much perfect. I mean, if you look at this, it's very hard to tell where the old sock ended. I mean, you can, but it's so faint to be able to tell where the old sock ended and the new yarn started. The only thing I have noticed is a difference, and I don't even know if it'll show up on camera. You can see it just faintly. These stitches are just slightly bigger than these. This yarn is a little teeny bit thinner than this yarn. Otherwise, the colors are so close, it isn't funny. So anyway, I have a pair of socks. We will do a foot fashion show. So there are my little socks. I'll turn it sideways so you get a better idea what it looks like. So I can get it without the shadow. There's that one. There is that one. They fit perfect. You can see they come just above my ankles. My ankles are extremely white because, yeah, no sun yet. So, yeah, there they are. So I did try these on as I went, so I know they fit perfect, and I'm looking forward to wearing them. I didn't want to wear them before I filmed it in case they got all icky. I didn't want to hold up stinky socks to show you all. That would be bad. So yes, that's my finished object. So what are my works in progress? I started another pair of socks. These socks, I have used this yarn before in a pair of socks. If you remember, I called them my flippers because they ended up entirely too wide. This is those socks. I ripped them apart. This yarn is Bloom. That's the name of it. And if you look at this, you can see that it automatically kind of patterns on its own. And it kind of forms something that kind of looks like a cross between Fair Isle, and in my case, I think it looks like little flowers. It looks like the leaves and the little pink flowers. That looks like little pink ducks to me, but anyway. And then down here are some more. The other sock is of course different because it's a different portion of the yarn. And there is the heel, bottom of the heel here. And on this side, the striping did this funny looking little thing up across here, and then there's more something or others there. And that's what the heel on the underside of, this is the underfoot. That's what that looks like. So I am doing these two at a time, which is what I did the others. I do them one at a time with double pointed needles until I get past the heels. And then for the rest of the foot, I put them on along circular needle, and I do them 2 at a time. So yeah, so here is where your foot would go in. There's the heel, and I'm working my way down to the toe. So, and I've got 2 balls of yarn that I'm working with. So that is one work in progress. Now I'll move on to a crochet project. It's bits and pieces of a puppy. So that's what I'm working on, is for our craft fairs. This is the puppy tummy. And I did leave a little opening right here for putting the stuffing in. And then this is the little puppy head with his ears. There's his little ears. And I haven't, of course, done the face yet, and I need to make like a little puffy, like the little snout for the dog, so I have to put that on there yet. I'm using Comfy Cotton Blend for the brown, and the white is an unknown yarn. It's like an ecru, it's an off-white. And that I bought at I know it's acrylic, I can tell by the feel of it, but I bought that. It did not have a label on it. It was from a recycle place. So yeah, the ball band was gone. And then we have an arm or leg. I guess dogs have 4 legs, so it's a leg. I just don't know if it's an upper leg or a lower leg. So anyway, there's, and it has little, that's for its little ped. So yes, we have pieces and parts of puppy. So that is my crocheted project. Kim and I have been chatting back and forth about which craft fairs we're going to this year and looking around at some options. So yeah, I've been working on that. And then I have one more project that I'm working on. And this is a sweater. It is a free well, it was free when I got it. It's not normally a free pattern. If you haven't already, go over to Expression Fiber Arts. Okay, it is a yarn dyeing website, but every Friday they send you an email. You just sign up. It's free to sign up. They send you an email. It's called Free Pattern Friday, and they send a knitted pattern and a crochet pattern, and their patterns are really nice looking. They are really pretty patterns, and this was one of them. They actually made this same version in a crochet pattern, but I looked at the yarn that I wanted to use for it, and I would have had enough to make the sweater with only 50 yards to spare, and I was just afraid of it cutting it too close. Since the yarn I'm using is Knit Crate, and Knit Crate's no longer in business, I was like, what if I got too close and then could not finish the sweater? Because I would not be able to match this yarn. So I decided to go with the knitted version instead, and I'm probably going to totally mispronounce this, but it is called Panopia, or Panopia. Might be Panopia. I'm not positive how to pronounce it, but anyway, I will put it on the screen here how it's spelled, and then you can decide how badly I pronounced it. So the yarn I am using for that, first let me insert a picture so you can see what it looks like. So the yarn I am using for that is this gorgeousness. It is a tonal rust color. I've skeined up 4 skeins of it. I have a total of 5 skeins of this. And the 5th skein I have not skeined up yet because I don't know if I'm going to need it or not. So if I don't, then I'll be selling it. So I want to keep it in the skein if I can. But is that pretty or what? It is an Uru yarn. It's called Asher, and this particular color is called Old Barn. It's 34% cotton, 35% linen, 19% lyocell, and 11% nylon. Lyocell is very similar to nylon. So it's sport weight, and there's 351 yards in 100 grams. So here it is. And it is chain plied. It's not like a twisted. It's, I don't know how well it'll show up, but I'll put the camera up here and see if you can see it. There you can see. It is what's called chain plied. It almost looks braided. So let me show you how much I've done, which is like almost next to nothing. I debated whether I should even show it to you because this is like pathetic, but you start from the bottom up, and I started, and that's about as far as I got. So this is just a 2x2 ribbing. That's all this is. I can't even get it to focus on camera because it's too little. So it's my secret halo. I need caffeine. I really do. But anyway, it's that kind of crazy night tonight. So those are the things that I have been working on. What have you been working on this week? Now in the acquisitions, I have a couple of items. The first thing is some yarn, which you all are probably rolling your eyes at me going, Katrina, you do not need more yarn. I am well aware of that. I don't need more yarn for myself, but for craft fairs, I didn't have any white acrylic yarn. I looked through my stash, and for my little puppy dog, I need white for his little eyeballs. And if I make any other little critters, which I'm hoping to make some cats and things, I needed some white acrylic yarn. So we were at Walmart today. Who knew? I did not know Walmart had their own brand of yarn, but there it is, Mainstays, 100% acrylic yarn. And I think they just called this white. I don't think it has a fancy name at all. Does it say? It does say that there's 397 yards per 7-gram ball. It's a worsted weight. And no, they don't even give it a name. Oh, yes, they do. White. I was right. I was right. They're just calling it white. So there it is. It cost me $2.98. So if you're looking for some cheap yarn, and it feels like about the equivalent of Red Heart, it's not horrible. But anyway, I did not know that Walmart sold their own brand of yarn, but apparently they do. And it was $2.98 a skein. Not bad. So I got that so I could finish my little animals. And then I was at the Dollar Tree and I bought this. No, I don't have a dog. This is a pet comb, like to pull out the dead hair off of them. And it's not, it does kind of feel good, but it's not for me either. This is actually for this. I bought this, over a year ago off of, I think, eBay. It was either eBay or Amazon. It's a whole bunch of these little bagged up skeins of fleece. I don't even know that it's real. It might be an acrylic. I can't tell even by smell. It doesn't smell sheepy. I'm thinking it's probably acrylic. Not positive. But anyway, It comes, when you unroll it, it comes in like a blob like this. And then you could, of course, pull it apart like this and proceed to spin it, because you don't want to spin it in a glob like this. But at least all the fibers are in the right direction, which is a good thing. I couldn't remember if they were or not. So I figured this was the cheap person's, because you know me, cheap is plastered on my forehead. This is the cheap person's version of a comb for combing your fleece. Yeah. But as it is, I'm not going to have to do that because all the fibers are in the right direction. But then I got to thinking it might be fun to blend some of the yarns, because there's several different shades of pink. And if you've not heard of a blending board before, it is literally a board with a bunch of these little scratchy things on them, little wires, and you spread the fleece out and you just keep topping it on. You basically blend and create your own colors by mixing together the fleece. So I might do a little experiment with it this week and see what happens. That's going to be Wednesday's video this week. We're going to play with fiber and see what happens to it. That could be exciting. So speaking of this week's videos, if you missed last week's Wednesday video, actually last week there was 3 videos. There was an organizing video on Tuesday. On Wednesday there was a de-stash of some of my knit crate yarn, and on Thursday I had an update on my weight loss surgery, because it's been a little over a year, but it's been exactly 1 year since I went back to work after the surgery. So anyway, those were the videos last week. But if you missed the de-stash, you can click the link right here and that will take you over to it. I will put it at the end of the video as well, because I am de-stashing some of my knit crate yarns. Knit crate went out of business, and there's some yarns that I'm just not going to use, or there's not enough of it for what I want to make with it. So I am de-stashing. Some of it has been claimed. The Jungle Walk, which is, if you watch the video, you'll see one that's kind of green and pink. That one has been claimed and already mailed out. And the Brooklyn Boys Knit, those 2 yarns, which were called Jungle, they were also called Jungle something or other. One is a brown and different shades of brown, and the other has browns and oranges and stuff mixed into it. That one has been claimed, as well as the Wax Wing has been claimed. So yeah, there's 3 groups of 2 yarn, because they come in 2 skein bundles. Those have already been claimed and sent out or set aside for someone. So those are the yarns that are still there. I am going to leave the video up and running for a while, but after next week, if nobody else wants any of that yarn, then I'm going to be listing it over on eBay. So if you would like it reasonably priced, because it's 2 skeins for $20, and it's all luxury yarn. None of it's acrylic, it's all luxury stuff. So anyway, that's what I'm selling it for, is $20 for the 2 skeins. So you're basically getting luxury yarn for $10 a skein, and then the shipping. And the shipping, I was surprised. I was estimating it at $8. I was able to send one of them out for $5.60, so I did refund her the difference when I was pleasantly surprised. But a lot of times the postage changes depending on how far it's shipping. So yeah, if you haven't already watched that video, and check it out, see if there's any yarn you just can't live without, out of my house and into yours. So that is the video that we had last week, and this week we will be on Wednesday tackling this and experimenting. And Tuesday's organizing video is going to be one of the last cupboards in the kitchen that I need to do, and that is the drawer where I keep all of my plasticware and glassware for storing leftovers and freezer meals and all that kind of stuff. And it kind of morphed into 2 cabinets because I had a lot, and so you'll see what I end up doing with it. So that is Tuesday's video. So we have one on Tuesday and one on Wednesday this week. Now it's time for... Now in our Come and Get It section this week, If you missed it, I'm sorry, you're too late. Not Nick Crate, Lion Brand had a really good sale. Some of you partook of that sale. They were offering, and it ran out this morning at 9 o'clock. So yeah. Anyway, if you're watching this before 9 o'clock, you might be able to still, there might be some of it still left. But Lion Brand was running a sale, 5 skeins for $10. So $2 a skein on select yarns. They also had their mystery boxes back up for sale as well. So as of the time of filming this, I don't know what their next sale is. So be watching for a short little blurb. You know how I do my videos with their sales. They're yellow with black writing. Be looking for that later today if there's another Lion Brand sale, because usually weekends they tend to run some kind of sale. So if I find one and it looks good, I will pass that on to you. So, but the ones that I do know about are Annie's. This is Annie's Craft Store. They have Premium Bloom, which is what these socks are out of. They have the DK Weight Premier Bloom for $5.49. They also have another sale running where if you spend $25 at the regular price, you get $5 off. So if you purchase something for $25 and that's its regular price, in other words, sale items don't apply. It has to be stuff that's priced at the regular price, but $25 you get $5 off. So that is Annie's, and all the links to these sales are down below in the description box of the video. Mary Maxim, they are running 25 to 50% off of all of the yarn in stock. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, it ends. I started to say I'm not sure when it ends, but I did find a date. It ends on the 8th. So that ends Monday. So make sure if you're interested to jump on that sale. But that is Mary Maxim. Lovecrafts is having up to 70% off of their clearance section. So yes, that is Lovecrafts, and that's the US Lovecrafts. The UK and Europe Lovecrafts, there is a link down below, but I don't know for certain that they're running the same sale. They usually do, but I'm not positive. So the link is there if you want to check it out. And then the other one I know about is Knit Picks, and they are running their yarn of the month for May is gloss yarn. It is available in lace, fingering, and DK weights, and they're offering 20% off of that brand of yarn for this month. So that is what I am aware of as far as the sales, and like I said, you will see little videos pop up from me if I run across any other really good deals. And that's it for this week. So thanks again for watching. I will see you again on Tuesday. Bye, everybody.